Okay. Well, welcome, Joan and Gilda. Lovely to see you both today. Thank you for joining me for yoga today. Let's come into our positions. Just coming into our energy, softening our eyes and sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones, nice tall spine, so we're opening up through the chest. Softening our eyes and taking a big deep breath in and breathing out all that doesn't serve us. And one more deep breath in and breathing out. Noticing the earth underneath your body, supporting you in your yoga practice. And tuning into your breathing. Notice your chest rise as you inhale. And notice it fall as you exhale. Just gently tuning into the practice and leaving behind the busyness of your morning. We've got a full moon tonight, and the full moon's in Aquarius, and it's also an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. Whenever there's a full moon, there's a lot of extra energy, and when there's eclipse, there's even more. So a lot of energy around at the moment. So the motto for today's eclipse is a turtle, which is slow and steady. So we just have to slow things down a little so that we don't get caught up in the energy and end up exhausted. The full moon takes about 5 hours to pass through the eclipse, and you'll see the whole eclipse in the middle. Right in the middle is about 9:18 tonight. So if you have a chance, you'll see a beautiful blood red eclipse of the moon. So today's yoga practice, we're going to take into account the full moon energy, and we're going to slow things down a little and just take time for yourself today, thinking about all the things that you have to do, but just enjoying the practice. And then after the practice, just thinking about how you can slow your day down so you don't get exhausted. Just taking a couple more breaths here. And then lifting up our chest and bringing our hands up. As we just move our arms in a circle, just like a full moon. Breathing in, raising your arms up, and breathing out as you bring them down. And then taking them back the other way. Lengthening up through the spine and tuning into breathing. And then let's take it from one side to the other now. Inhale to the center and exhale as you go to the side. Stretching our spine, opening up gaps between our vertebrae. And then let's come on to our hands and knees in a tabletop position. Taking our knees about as wide apart as your hips, opening up your palms and pressing your palms down into the mat. As you inhale, lift up your chest and lower your belly button towards the ground. And exhale, draw your belly button up into your spine and curve your spine up towards the ceiling, stretching and opening through the chest and the neck. And just continue on, breathing in as you lift up and breathing out as you raise your vertebrae towards the ceiling. It's nice and steady, keeping your eyes soft and letting your breath guide the movement. Let's do 4 more rounds. And 1 more round to go. And then bringing your buttocks down to your heels, coming into child's pose. Reaching your hands forward and walking them down, bringing your crown, bring your forehead down to the mat. Taking some deep breaths. Stretching out through our lower back and our upper back and shoulders. Surrendering into the practice on each exhalation. Bring your forehead down a little lower. And just releasing any tension you have in your spine and your shoulders. Coming back to the breath. And coming back to our turtle totem for today's session, just slow and steady. Just drawing in all the beautiful energy of the full moon and the full moon eclipse to strengthen our practice rather than exhaust us. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. And then on your next inhalation, lifting up your chest and taking it forward into an upward dog with our knees still on the ground. And as we exhale, coming back into child's pose. So moving in and out of this from child's pose. Inhale, coming back up to upward dog. Just getting some gentle movement and warmth in the spine. Just going from one to the other. Inhale, lift the chest. Coming into upward dog, noticing a stretch through the front of the body, especially through the front of the hips. And exhale, come back into child's pose, stretching through the lower back and shoulders, bringing the forehead down to the mat. Just take 4 more rounds. And 1 more round. And then we'll meet back into tabletop when you finished your 4 rounds. Just moving your body in a little circle, coming back to our theme, our moon. And you can move your hands, pointing the fingers out to the side, giving your wrist a nice stretch. And you might point your fingers back towards your body if that's comfortable for you, or maybe one hand at a time. We use our wrists a lot in what we do on our laptops and phones and things. It's nice to give them a stretch. And then point them forward again. And we're going to move our practice along now to a upward dog and a downward dog. So it's just slightly the biggest movement than what we just did before. So tucking your toes under and exhale, bring your hips up into a downward dog. And let's just walk our heels down a little bit, just stretching the back of our legs. And as you look forward, come into an upward dog. You can roll over your toes. You can bring your knees to the mat, or you can have your knees off the mat, whatever feels right for you. And then tucking your toes under again, back into downward dog. So we're going to move through from downward dog to upward dog. Let's take 2 more rounds. And then walking your feet a little wide and walk your hands up. So you're coming into a forward bend position. Staying here for a few breaths. Stretching out the back of your legs and your lower back. And then as you inhale, bend your knees slightly and slide your hands up your legs, coming into a standing position. And standing at the back of our mat, let's just bring our hands to our heart center, softening our eyes and taking a couple of breaths here. It's quite a big movement, the upward dog and downward dog, so we'll just settle our breath. And then we're going to a warrior sequence. So we're going to turn our left foot out slightly and step forward with the right foot. And we're going to take our right hand forward, left hand back into warrior 2, opening up through our chest, bending the right knee and squeezing our shoulder blades together, taking our gaze towards the right thumb. Just taking 4 breaths here, nice and strong through the right leg. And then bringing both hands down towards the mat and lengthening out the right leg. Bring your right hand down just inside your right foot and inhale, lift the left hand up into a triangle pose and take your eyes up to the left hand. Just taking some nice breaths here. Connecting with the stretch down the back of the right leg. 2 more breaths here. And on the next exhalation, bring the right hand down, left hand down, sorry. And then lifting up both hands behind your back and clasp the fingers behind your back. Lifting the hands off your back and lift your chest a little into humble warrior. Stretching through the shoulders. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then release your hands down. And with the strength of your legs, come up to standing. And bring your legs together at the back of the mat. This time we're going to turn our right foot out slightly to the side and step forward with our left foot. Bending the left knee, bringing the left hand out in front, right hand behind. Gazing towards your left thumb. The left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Opening through the chest. Keeping the thigh nice and strong. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And then bring both hands down to the mat, just inside the left leg. If you have a block, you can place the block inside the left foot. If not, just place the left hand on the ground. And then inhale, lift up the right hand and take your gaze with it into a triangle. Opening up through the chest and twisting through the upper back. Nice stretch through the back of the left leg, which is now elongated. 2 more breaths here. And on your next exhalation, bring the right hand down, and then bring both hands behind your back and clasp them. Then lift up using the strength of your legs, lifting up the chest. And if you can lift the hands off your lower back, taking 4 breaths here. Connecting through the stretch through the back of the left leg and the shoulders. And then releasing your hands down to the mat and coming up with the strength of your legs into a standing position. Give both legs a little shake. And then let's stretch up, bring our hands up above our head. Stretch up nice and tall. And then take both hands to the left side, stretching through the right side of your body. And then inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Stretching the left side of the body. Let's go a couple more times. Just coming back to our breath. And the theme of our practice, slow and steady. Let's take it to one more on each side. And then back to center and bring our hands down. And we're going to take our legs wide now on the lengthways along the mat. Heel toe our feet a little wider. And we're going to inhale, lift our arms up. And exhale, bring our body forward into a forward bend. Bring our hands down to the mat and place them inside your feet. And bring the crown of your head pointing that down towards the mat. You might be able to heel toe your feet a little wider. And relax into this inversion. Allow your head to fall heavy and your shoulders to fall heavy, stretching out the lower back and the back of your legs. Just take some breaths here and coming back to the theme of our practice. Thinking about some things that you can do in your life to slow things down a little so you're stronger and you're using your energy rather than being exhausted. Take some nice big breaths here. Let's take 2 big deep breaths in. So breathing in and then breathe out all that we don't need. One more deep breath in and deep breath out. Letting go of all that we don't need. And now little and our heel toe our feet closer and take from one side, so bending the right knee and lengthening out the left leg, and then going to the other side. Just stretching from side to side. And coming back to the middle and lifting up into a standing position. Bring our legs together. And we're going to do a balancing pose from here. It's a modified tree pose for a full moon. So opening up your right toes and maybe circle your hips a little bit to connect into the anchor points on your right foot, behind your little toe, behind your big toe, and round your heel. So you really feel grounded. Choose a point in front of you, about 2 or 3 meters in front, and use that as your gazing point. Left, right. Finger either below the neck, and then bring your hands out like a tree, and we're going to move them in a circle for the full moon. So find your gazing point and just softening your breath, moving your arms in a circle, connecting with that moon energy. And then let's take our hands back the other way, finding that gaze point, settling the body down. It's a little bit tricky when you move your arms because it moves your center of gravity. And then bring the arms back down and bring the left foot down. Give the right foot a little shake. That's it. Coming back to center. And then we'll take it to the other side. So opening up the left foot, moving the hips in a little circle, connecting to the ankle points underneath your left foot. That's it. And then lift up the right toes. You can place them next to your left calf. Find your gaze point. Take the knee out slightly to the side. Bring your hands out and then move them in a little circle. So moving them like the cycle of the moon. Paying attention to your breath. And then bring your hands back the other way. It's nice and slow. Slow and steady. And one more circle. And then bring your hands down and bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. Give your legs a little shake. And then we're going to come down to tabletop position on our hands and knees. And opening up our knees so they're underneath our hips. Nice long back, opening our hands. And we're going to inhale and lift our left leg and our right hand. So we're going to balance on one side. Really lengthen out, elongate through the hand and the foot. And then exhale, bring them back down. Inhale to the other side, lifting the left hand and the right leg, pointing the right toes towards the mat. Just going from side to side with your breath. Keeping your back nice and steady and nice and still. Imagine you've got a round moon on your lower back and you don't want to let it roll off. Just keeping it nice and still. And we go one more to the other side. And then from here, let's hold it. Bend our left leg. And then we're going to use our right hand to reach back and hold on to the left foot. That's it. So it's like a dancer pose on the floor. Back through the left foot. Take a couple of breaths here. And then release. Come down to the other side. So leg with the left hand. And kick back the foot, lift through the chest. Opening the heart. Take release. Standing onto your knees now, that's it. And we're going to take our hands and slide them onto our lower back. Bring your hands onto your lower back and then lifting our chest up towards the ceiling. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then lifting the right hand up towards the ceiling. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then bring the right hand back to the lower back and take the left hand up. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then bring the left hand back to the lower back. From here, we can take it into a half camel pose. We're sliding our right hand back down to our right heel. And then swapping it over. So left hand to the left heel, lifting your chest up. And from here, you can try a full camel. So slide both hands back to your heels and then lift your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then release. And from here, we're going to come into child's pose and stretch out. So this is a reverse pose for the back bends we've just done. Bringing your chest down towards your knees, walking your hands forward, bring your forehead down to the mat. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Just take 2 more breaths. And then inhale, come up to tabletop. And we're going to go into pigeon pose. We're going to take our left knee forward and take our left foot, slide it across to the right side of the mat, and then lift our chest and slide our right foot back. So we're coming into pigeon pose. From here, you can stay with your chest upright, or you can come down to your forearms and it'll take the stretch to the next level. And just taking some nice deep breaths here, just softening your breath and softening your eyes, connecting with a deep stretch through the left glute. This is great to release any tension you may have in your lower back. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Coming back to our slow and steady intention for our practice today. And then on your next inhalation, lifting up your chest and then sliding the left knee back next to the right knee. Take the right knee forward and take the right foot towards the left side of the mat, lifting your chest, and then slide the left foot back, coming into pigeon pose and connecting with the stretch through the right glute this time. Noticing how this feels compared to the other side. If you wish, you can come down to your forearms and just rest here. Just nice gentle stretch. Come back to your breathing. Four more breaths. And then on your next inhalation, lifting up your chest, bring the right knee back next to the left knee. And come onto your back and hug your knees up to your chest. You might like to roll around in a circle, coming back to our moon theme again. Rolling into a circle, releasing any tension in your lumbar spine, and then roll it back the other direction. And then from here, we're going to go into a legs up position. So you might like to have your legs up against a wall or put a support underneath your lower back, or you can come up into a shoulder stand, whatever feels right for you today. Lifting your legs up into the air, coming up into an inversion. Just giving your legs a little shake, moving your feet in a circle. Getting some movement in the lymphatic system in your legs. Encouraging any fluid, lymphatic fluid, to come down from your feet to your ankles, down your legs, and into the lymph nodes in the groin area. You might like to take your feet out wide. Just coming back to the breath. And then bring your soles of your feet together with your knees out to the side like a butterfly. If you're in a shoulder stand position, you might like to take your feet back up into the air again and bring them over the top of your head into a plow pose. Stretching the upper back and the back of your neck. Stretching down the back of your legs. Taking a few more breaths. And then on your next inhalation, just bringing your legs back down to the mat. And laying on your back into Savasana. Getting yourself in a nice, comfortable position. And we will finish off with a Yoga Nidra. So if you have a blanket, you can place that over you to hold in all the beautiful energy that you've cultivated. If you have an eye pillow, you might like to place that over your eyes. So making yourself really comfortable. Take 3 deep, relaxing breaths. Be aware of the sounds in the distance, moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to identify the sound. Beware of your physical body lying in Savasana. Be aware of your alignment, your chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, your arms close to your body, fingers away from the floor, as comfortable as possible. Become aware of your natural breath, keeping it completely spontaneous. Repeat your intention mentally 3 times with feeling. Rotating your consciousness around your body, starting with your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, first, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness to the left side of your body, starting with the left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, fourth. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Move your attention to the back of your body, heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, whole of your spine, neck, back, head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Awakening the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your head is warm. Your chest is warm. Your arms are warm. Your legs are warm. Your feet are warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness within your body. Your feet are cool. Your legs are cool. Your trunk is cool. Your chest is cool. Your arms are cool. Your head is cool. Bring your awareness to the front of the closed eyes. Imagine the following objects as they are named. A beautiful sunrise, a full moon shining across the water, a rainbow, a waterfall, a turtle, a white rose, a banksia, a clear blue sky, the sound of the rain, a beautiful garden. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounds, the floor, the ceiling, the walls, the windows, the sounds inside the room, the sounds outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will chime the singing bowl once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Wiggling your fingers and toes and stretching out your arms and your legs. Gently rolling to one side and then coming up into a comfortable seated position. Let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts and to our lips for kind words and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Thank you for your beautiful yoga practice, both of you. And I hope that you get a chance to have a look at the full moon tonight. So at 9:20, it'd be right in the middle of the eclipse, and the full moon should start.
Yeah.